Thank you for joining us, folks. Business as usual. Deadline Live. I'm your narrator, your radio gun, as always, Jack Blood, reporting here on the 8th anniversary of 9/11. 9/11/2009. You are tuned in to AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Our first guest on this auspicious day is Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Bob Bowman. He is a national commander, or was the national commander for the combat missions in Vietnam. 101 missions as a pilot, a Ph.D. in aeronautics and nuclear engineering at Caltech. He directed the Department of Defense in their Star Wars programs under Presidents Ford and Carter, as well as being a candidate himself for the U.S. Congress, a race in which he almost won if he'd had any help from these wonderful Democrats that just want nothing but change. Bob, great to have you on the show today. As always, you've been on this show so many times. It's just always so good to hear your voice. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hi, Jack. No pun intended.
I had to chastise you the other day on saying that. I don't want you to be in the habit of saying that. Bob, I don't know if you ever heard that interview I did with Tim Russert where I mentioned your name and he started having phone problems and we lost him. He didn't like to hear that.
I've heard bits of it.
I guess we never did get that interview with Tim, and Tim isn't here anymore. But there are plenty of other so-called media people out there that could have somebody as distinguished as yourself on their broadcast, on their TV shows, to tell them about the facts regarding 9/11.
Yeah, well, other than you, who would you suggest? No, I would love to be on with a couple of people. One is Oprah Winfrey. And the other is Lou Dobbs.
Boy, Lou seems like a possibility. I mean, I don't know if we'll get you on Larry King or Sean Hannity or the Lush Limbaugh.
Oh, I've been on with Hannity.
And I don't know if I remember seeing that. Was a while back. Wasn't a couple of years ago. How did that go, Bob?
Well, I think it went pretty well. I was invited on there. I was defending Kevin Barrett, who was being fired by his university. And I was defending him on that show, and Hannity showed himself to be a real piece of anatomy.
Piece of feces. Yes, now they're very concerned about the Constitution, Bob. Well, where were they the last 8 years?
Yeah, they selective in their opposition to administrations, to say the least.
Yeah, well, we're not, Bob. We keep beating the drum here to restore the Constitution. You have been so eloquent going around the country, giving these tours, which we're going to talk about before we get done today. Your group, the Patriots.us, doing cities all over the country. You're talking to people about our defense, about our Constitution, about our country. Your point is, it's no longer Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal, or hawk or dove. They're only patriots demanding accountability, speaking truth to power, and exercising our constitutional rights to save not our democracy but our republic.
You bet.
Very powerful stuff. Bob, what are your thoughts here on the 8th anniversary of all of this? And maybe recount briefly how you got brought into the fray here of the 9/11 Truth Movement. But first, your thoughts here on this very solemn day.
Well, first, I still feel for the families of the victims. 8 years, you can recover, but you never forget that kind of a loss. And I think those families of the victims have a right to know what really happened that day and who was behind it. And so far, we have not been told.
Yeah, I saw that the new pay czar, he's the guy to figure out who gets the bonuses in the new companies that have been absorbed by our federal government, like the auto industry. The new pay czar, Kenneth Feinberg, was the guy putting out the hush money after 9/11. I saw a documentary. Some of that money that these families had taken in order to stay quiet, Bob, ruined them. It ruined it's like winning the lottery. People win the lottery and then it just kind of ruins their lives. It really had a really very terrible negative effect on the people that took the money. And interestingly enough, this guy's now one of the czars. But you make a great point, and we do honor the families, especially on this anniversary, and the firefighters and the first responders. I mean, the casualties post-mortem are still occurring, Bob. People are still dying because of 9/11.
Yeah, because the Bush administration lied to them, told them the air was safe to breathe.
Yeah, thank you, Christine Todd Whitman. Hillary Clinton, who was also the New York senator at the time, who urged people to go back out and shop and everything would be just fine, hunky-dory. And, of course, the entire Bush administration, something that has yet to be corrected by the Obama administration. But we sit here and tap our foot and wait. I'm sure it'll all work out in the wash, Bob.
Well, it won't work out unless we, the people, really demand it.
I hear you. Did you see this story today, the scare? There was apparently a drill going on with our military involving the Coast Guard seconds away by the Pentagon. Shots were allegedly fired. This was over-reported and exaggerated by CNN and other news services. Not a good time to pull one of these drills, and it kind of is reminiscent of what happened on 9/11. You think they're trying to tell us something here?
Yeah, When I heard about that, I thought, holy gee, what are they covering up this time?
An eerie echo of the attacks of September 11th, and we found out later that they were running a variety of drills, including Amalgam Virgo. This is what confused NORAD, and you saw the same thing just happen earlier this morning in the District of Criminals, where people didn't know. The FBI was running with their guns. None of the local police knew. Nobody seemed to be in on this, and you could see the confusion that one of these drills causes and the compartmentalism it causes.
Yeah.
Pretty brisk, I have to say. And then we had the incident, of course, where the plane, Air Force One, flew over with jet fighters over New York City in that alleged photo op. And according to all the sources, the local authorities weren't privy to that little game either.
Yeah.